Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Aubrey Taylor, and this is our next session of our maternal mental health series. So, remember, we are focusing on summer parenting support, and today's topic is body confidence and modeling self-love. So, just a little bit about me. I am a Master of Social Work student and intern with the Cameron County Mental Health Task Force. I am a mother of a 3-year-old daughter and a 2-year-old son. And what initially sparked my interest in maternal mental health is becoming a mother myself. And so I really strive to provide the support that I feel like I needed and would have really benefited for when I was initially becoming a mother. And so the mission of the Cameron County Mental Health Task Force is to enhance community awareness, dedication, and resources to address behavioral requirements of Texas residents. And the purpose of me providing this maternal mental health series is to provide a safe, supportive space to talk about maternal mental health and help you build tools for your well-being. And I do want to share a short confidentiality statement. And it says that what's shared here stays here with one exception. If I learn that someone may harm themselves or others, I'm required to take action to ensure safety. Other than that, this is a private and respectful space. So, hello, welcome to our next session of our summer parenting support series. So, today's session is something that's very special. It's something that so many moms struggle with, especially after having kids, and that's body confidence. So, from the postpartum stage, changes to pressure to bounce back after having our babies, our bodies go through a lot. And so it's easy to lose a connection with ourselves. So today, we're going to take a step toward healing that relationship with ourselves and our bodies with grace and not shame. So first, I want to talk about what our body image looks like from having kids, okay? Or from our kids' point of view. And so know that children often internalize what we say about our own bodies, especially our daughters, and young children of all genders. So it's very important to remember that our children are watching us and our children are repeating the things that we're saying. And so if we are speaking negatively about ourselves, it's most likely that the children will copy that pattern and vice versa with positive things. And so it's important to avoid negative self-talk or frequent comments about dieting, appearance, or weight around your children. Again, just like my previous point, our children get into the habit of hearing and watching us, and so they repeat those patterns. So instead of talking about your body in terms of what it can do or how it feels, um, or how you care for it. So instead of negative self-talk, like what you feel like you need to do better at, talk about what you can do, how it feels, and how you care for it in the moment. And so, research says that a body acceptance program delivered via Facebook helped mothers reduce appearance-based shame and increase self-compassion, demonstrating the power of peer support and positive modeling. And so, support groups, especially in the online community, are very helpful. And so, if you are joining in this maternal mental health series, I encourage you to really take the tools that I'm discussing and try to put them into practice. Okay. And so I want you to think about what messages about your body did you hear growing up? And how did you want to change that narrative for your child? So I know for me, I've always been told that I was too skinny. And so I assumed that after I had children, I was going to be able to gain weight, right? Unfortunately, that was not the case, and I'm skinny again. I know every mother deals with different body challenges, and they have their views of how their body should look. But I want you to think about what messages you received growing up and how you want to change that narrative as a child. And so maybe you can Just maybe say, I love who I am and I have the power to change if I would like. Okay. So next I want to talk about reconnecting with your body. Okay. And so um postpartum and motherhood often change how we view our bodies. But change doesn't mean failure. Okay. So our bodies are going through so much to grow a human being, and bring a human being onto this earth. And so it is important to know that we go through so much to bring a human being here. And so it's important to give ourselves grace and patience, and love ourselves who we are in that moment. And so practicing mindfulness, gratitude, and gentle self-touch can rebuild that connection. Also, reclaim joy and pleasure in your body outside of how it looks, like movement, rest, comfort, and deep breathing, if that works for you. And so, some more research insights. The first article found that mindfulness practices in parent couples were linked to improved body image over time. So, just being mindful about the things that you say, being mindful about your movement, so exercise, being mindful about resting when your body knows when your body is telling you that it's time to rest, and just being comfortable in your body and breathing. Okay. The next research insight says that self-esteem and body positivity are linked to healthier attitudes towards not only motherhood, but our overall well-being. And so I encourage you to think about what it would look like to be kind to your body this week. And what can you give yourself? Where can you give yourself grace? So if you feel like you're eating too much, and maybe you're breastfeeding. Know that fed mothers or breastfeeding mothers need to eat more because our babies are taking all of that nutrients. And that's one of the things that I realized when I was breastfeeding. I was eating a lot, but at the same time, so was my baby. And so it is important that, especially if you're breastfeeding or if you're a mom in general, make sure you're giving your body that energy, but make sure you're changing how your attitude towards that, okay? Because no, we need energy to feed our children, to have enough energy to run around and make sure we're caring for our children. So make sure you're giving yourself grace. Next, I want to talk about this affirmation activity, or you can choose the self-love letter. And so I want to take a moment to speak to ourselves with love, especially the love that we've often give other people. Okay. So you can do this in front of a mirror, or you can write yourself a love letter. Okay. So the first option is the mirror affirmation. You can stand in front of the mirror. I want you to make eye contact with yourself. I know this might be a little awkward, but look at yourself in the mirror, make eye contact with yourself, and say something kind and true to yourself. Okay. So, for an example, you can look at yourself and say, this body carried life. I am worthy. I choose to love myself where I am. Okay. And so I like to see motherhood as like a superpower, because carrying a body is so amazing. It's such a beautiful experience. And so I think saying this affirmation is more empowering than anything. So the next activity that you could do is a self-love letter, okay? And so I want you to write a letter to your body, acknowledging its strength, changes, and what it has carried you through. And then I want you to end with words of compassion. Okay. So research highlights the emotional vulnerability that comes with postpartum body changes and the importance of acceptance and affirmation in rebuilding confidence. Okay. So know that where you are now, um, is important because you have to be able to accept yourself, to kind of get to that next step, to get to where you want to be. Okay, so accepting yourself right now, telling yourself how much you love yourself, telling yourself how much you're proud of yourself for even going through childbirth. You know what I'm saying? Because childbirth is a really, really amazing, but it can be a challenging experience for some people. And so, acknowledging the strength, acknowledging the changes and what your body has gotten you through, really makes you a difference and really helps you ground your perspective, on your body and the image that you have of yourself. And lastly, I have a takeaway. This last takeaway is positive affirmation notes. And so, to support you and your child beyond today's session, I've created a set of positive affirmation notes. You can use them as daily reminders for both you and your little one, okay? And so I like to either write on my mirror with a dry erase marker, or you could also use sticky notes. I think sticky notes would help a lot too. And so some examples of some positive affirmations are, my body is strong and deserving of love. I'm more than my appearance. I choose progress, not perfection. I show my child what self-love looks like. Okay. So I encourage you, if you have sticky notes, to post them on your mirror, your lunchbox, or on bedside tables. That way you can see them daily and you can be reminded of how you feel about yourself in a positive light. Okay. And so, lastly, as always, I want to give you this support invitation. And so, if body image has been tough for you and you'd like a safe space to process that, know that I'm here for you. So, I do offer one-on-one support sessions, and I'm always available to walk you through your journey towards self-love. If you would like to meet with me one-on-one, you can shoot me an email at CameronCountyMentalHealth@gmail.com. And lastly, know that you're not alone in how you feel about your body. It's pretty normal, especially everything that our bodies go through. But know that you don't have to stay in shame. And so today is a chance to choose love over judgment and to show your child that their worth isn't based on their looks, but on who they are. And so I want to leave you with this reflection prompt. What's one thing you're thanking your body for this week? Thank you and have a good day.